Kate Foilte. Welcome to Carriganima, situated in the southwest of Ireland. The magnificence of the dawn light reflecting through nature's wonderment is an apt introduction to this village and its surrounding hinterland. A visiting artist translates the scene on canvas. Carriganima, meaning Rock of the Butter, is undoubtedly associated with a market or meeting place where butter was the centre of attention. The attractive crest adopted by the local community reflects their own place as the place of the scribe, the dolman of time, the deer of nature, and the barrel churn for butter making. This combination is most apt. The Catholic Church stands central in the village, Gothic in style with its simple yet attractive interior. This church is administered as part of Clondrohid Parish. The site of the curate's house occupies the place of the old National School, which was established in the early 1800s. One of its most prominent pupils was Antiquities O'Leary, who attended the school from 1850 to 1856. He was born in the year 1839 in the townland of Liscarrigan, meaning the fort of Carrigan. Antiquities was a remarkable priestly scholar who wrote many texts and did numerous translations of religious works into the Irish language. In his autobiography, Mushkeel Féin, he provides an account of the famine, the effects of which he had experienced at first hand, and refers particularly to this relict of a cabin and the awful circumstances for the Buckley family who perished inside due to starvation. Antiquities O'Leary died in 1920 and is buried in Castlelyons. The hinterland surrounding the village of Carriganima is a composite of nature's elements, where moistened rock cultivates a richness of algae, lichens and mosses. The Bun Corrig, or parent rock, comprises of old red sandstone, uplifted millions of years ago to form the chain or link between the Derrinasoggart and Boggara Mountains. This large cave is very much associated with the area. Locals lay claim to it being the location, mythical or otherwise, of Labba Diarmid agus Grania. The lowlands of this mountain range are subdivided into many townlands, for example, Carriganima, Correlay, Glowntown, Knockraheen, and so on. The village, however, remains the focal point for the residents within the community. A key focal point is the primary school, attended by another young generation of boys and girls from the locality. One of the oldest public services continuing in the village is the local post office. This is accommodated within the grocery store or shop, providing the necessities in food and news items for the local people. The post office remains an essential service for all within the community. Although situated conveniently on the main Macroom to Mill Street Road with a daily bus service, the village of Carriganima is very much rural and is located in the heart of a mixed farming area. Most of the farms consist of small holdings extended through the reclamation of land by successive members in families. The present generation, with some exceptions, remain involved in part-time farming. Traditional farming methods are very much a novelty, though still practiced by a small minority locally. Older methods are long since replaced using modern agricultural technology. Many new rural enterprises are springing up in the area. This is indicative of rural diversification and the distinct trend towards a greater involvement in part-time farming. Larger farms support extensive dairy enterprises with modern milking and housing facilities, all preparing the product for collection by the bulk tank from Dairy Gold to transport it for processing in the local co-op. The village at one time, of course, had its own co-op, its creamery. The old building remains and acts as a milk depot, and the small enterprise unit around the corner is now a curiosity shop. Many of the small to medium-sized farms operate dry stock beef farming enterprises. These enterprises are vitally important in retaining the life within the rural countryside. Rural tourism has also become a feature of the area. Modern dwellings in the village offer every comfort and provide first-class accommodation and cuisine to the passing tourist and fishing enthusiast. The nearby Fohorish River, paralleling the village, is good for trout fishing. The parish has a very strong sporting tradition, and involvement with the local team, Clondrohid, in Gaelic football is the norm for the young men of the area. Two of the greatest and most renowned local sporting heroes were brothers Con and Michael Walsh. Both were keen competitors in the shot and hammer throwing. Con emigrated to North America, where he created a world record in 1911 for the 56-pound shot with a throw of 27 feet 4 inches. He also participated in the Olympic Games and won the American Championship with a throw of 179 feet. Michael captured an Irish title in 1912 for the hammer event. The village street, or Stroidvala, has an interesting blend of dwellings, representative of a span of time. The remnants of old houses remain in the village, and recent efforts by the local community have reaped significant improvements aesthetically. Nearby, a modern dog kennel facility and service has been established and is in continuous demand. The slopes of the neighbouring hillsides are idyllic for pony trekking. The variety of scenery and the feeling of getting away from it all is appealing, particularly to those used to the hustle and bustle of daily living. One of the most notable and local historical events was the slaying of Art O'Leary. Art and his wife Eileen lived in Raleigh House near Macroom. He had returned home, bringing with him his horse from Austria, where he had been an officer in the army. Abraham Morris, resident magistrate, lived at Hanover Hall and declared Art as an outlaw for refusing to sell him his magnificent horse. Morris, with an armed riding party, was returning from a visit to Drishan Castle in Mill Street and pursued Art O'Leary along the River Foharish at Carriganima. A marksman in the party fired the shot at Art, felling him from his horse. The horse galloped home the 7 miles to Raleigh House, and Eileen returned to collect the dead body of her husband. Eileen wrote an epic poem entitled Cuina Art O'Leary, a lament for Art O'Leary. Magra Godangenhu, on law da vachahu, e count he an varga, hug mahuil aragut. My heart took a shine to you. I eloped from my friends with you, far from my home with you. Art was first buried in Ballyvooey, Kilnamatra, and then finally laid to rest at Kilcrea Abbey. The inscription on the capstone reads, Lo Art O'Leary, generous, handsome, brave, slain in his bloom, lies in this humble grave. Died May 4th, 1773, age 26 years. The immediate countryside is rich in antiquities. Directions to each site is now tastefully signposted. The ruin of an old penal church is clearly identifiable. This is one of the many interesting sites in the townland of Caherbran. The range of other monuments are classified as being of the living, of the dead, and ceremonial in nature. All of the sites are within easy access of the village and include galawns and a magnificent stone alignment at Knocknaquilla. This dolmen at Scrahanard is of early Bronze Age, 2000 BC, and is incised with a design on one of its end flagstones. This is quite a rare feature. A large ring fort with high banked walls stands close by. The rich mountain flora is well represented by Bell Heather, and this winter scene, captured in the snow, portrays a further magnificence of the surrounding landscape. Lady's smock, cow parsley and foxglove are plentiful and representative of a rich low-lying flora. The people of the community in Carriganima are making special efforts to inform and share the natural, ancient and historical resources in the surrounding hinterland with all who have a special interest. Access is encouraged to walks which vary from across low-lying hills to moorland and along more testing upland tracks. It is important and more interesting to avail of local expertise when roaming these hills. The local Walkers Club are very active all year round, and guided walks can be arranged into the surrounding countryside. This group are footing it into the hills with their guide, viewing the antiquities, the landscape and this neatly perched hilltop lake. Inquiries locally will inform regarding local group walks which are conducted locally with the starting and finishing point at the village. A great day out is guaranteed. The local hostelries captured the atmosphere of the day. Convivial conversations, lubricating liquids, time and no time, music, story and song with traditional dance all entertain a village people and its visitors in a homely atmosphere is Sráid Bhaile, Carriganima.